All that Jack wanted in life was to be rich and famous. He was enterprising and energetic. He had that keen eye that knew how to spot opportunity and then capitalize on it. He was a natural, smooth talker and could convince and transform people into his own opinion. He knew how to manipulate events and people to his own advantage. He made his fortune selling moonshine liquors in illegal cocktail bars that were the craze of the times. He ran into some profitable casino deals with the Italian mob and made enormous money from it. He invested them all in business like hotels, merchant shipping, real estate, and a string of restaurants. He made more than could be expected from the son of a failed oilman. He used his charm to marry the widow and the sole heiress of the great Bernstein family fortune. The Bernsteins were locomotive makers and had monopoly over heavy machine industries. Jack's fortunes became unmanageably vast and beyond reckoning. The marriage didn't prevent Jack from keeping a few mistresses secretly tucked into the countryside who would accompany him on his private business trips. Everything was favorable to Jack until one day when he slipped off a flight of stairs while rushing for an urgent business appointment. The fall was damaging, and it left him for 2 full nights. On regaining consciousness, he was informed by the army of doctors that he could never walk again and needed to be on wheelchair for the rest of his life. He also suffered from severe speech impairment that made his words incomprehensible. With great effort, he could move his fingers and his palm to a very small degree. It came as a blow to his ego. Suddenly, the world felt like a mighty stranger laughing at him from the audience seat. His monstrous pride in his skills were humbly bundled into irrelevance. In one moment, the world slipped out of his control and seemed to control him instead. Mrs. Bernstein was initially considerate, but within months decided to put him up in an expensive private care home with a few attendants to take care of his bodily needs and urgent functions, if you know what I mean. The life that Jack had tried so hard to domesticate and do his biddings has suddenly left the master, and all the master could do is sit and watch. People visited him, often for the first few months, and then the visits stopped, and Jack was reduced to the confines of his room and the large window overlooking a manicured garden of tulips and daisies. Jack's mad run for the top ended when he finally slipped to the ground, and now there was peace for him. Finally, he had time to look at himself, minus the things he had been. It was the day the Jack of the yesteryears died, and a new Jack was born. It was in his wheelchairs and in his hospital bed that freedom dawned upon him, and he felt and tasted liberty. Finally, in his paraplegic state, he felt what it was to be free.